Good morning. So we're doing Chinese Amazon carburetor swap. Ordered this. It's like 60, I don't know, 75 bucks or something. It looks to be the same. So I'm trying to spend the smallest amount of money as possible on this, and that does it. This is not very many dollars. Carburetor rebuild kit for this carburetor was like 40 bucks. So I think we'll be ahead just swapping it. So we're gonna get in here and do the swap. Let's take a gander, make sure it's actually the right part, because that wouldn't shock me, to be honest. Yeah, looks to be correct. It looks to be basically exactly the same. So that's great. All right. Well, let me grab some tools. And we're gonna go on and get her did. Okay, I got the fender protector here. I'm gonna try to mount you guys up here so you can kind of see how this thing comes off. All right, let's figure out what size. Half inch maybe. I'm gonna have to find some smaller sockets. No, half inch is too small. We're going 9/16 maybe. Yep. So we got 4 9/16 nuts on there, and then whatever the linkage is, so it's just five nuts holding this thing together. All right, yeah, it's half inch. Probably need to just take this linkage off first, which of course is not half inch. Is this 7/16? Yep. That's weird. Maybe it'd be easier to take this off. Yep. I'm glad I sprayed all that PB Blast on this the other day. So today is Sunday, and me and my wife are going.
This is my wife.
We're gonna go camping this week in Kentucky. So I'm trying to get this carb swap done today, get this video edited so I can stay ahead on the editing. I'm trying to stay like 3 or 4 weeks ahead. So yeah, so we're gonna try to do this carburetor swap this morning. I'm gonna take a picture of this really quick because I am dumb. Picture taken. Bolt removal continue. I don't know why I'm just not using a socket to do this. Because I, of course, only have half inch 7/16 sockets out here. So I will continue to use this wrench. Probably just be faster to walk into the garage to go get one, but I'm already too far in. All right. So this is off. Got my little magnetic tray. So now let's take this spring return off. Yeah, cool. Okay, put that in here. And then this will just sit. Take this, I need to get a needle nose to remove this little pin. Maybe I can do it with my fingers. I can't. Come on, little pin. Little pin is out. And then this should just pop out. All right, now I can get all this linkage stuff out of the way. Remove these 4 bolts. And then it's just, the choke is broken, so it'll just be this. Hopefully all of these other fittings and everything are the right size. You got to do the thing where you get the carb to move up and down a little bit, because you can't get the bolts or the nuts all the way off the studs. So I've just got one nut over here that I need to finish pulling. And then I already loosened this up, so this thing should just pop right off. And then I'm gonna have to remove this piece from the linkage, but it'll be a lot easier with the carburetor off the car. So we're almost there. This is going swimmingly well. All right, we're dripping gas. I'll wipe that off before we try to fire it. Yeah, this could be part of the problem here. I mean, hey, at least it's actually like freed up. Yeah, I mean, I probably could have rebuilt this. I'm sure somebody's been in here at some point in the last 60 years. Ball and ball carburetor manufactured for Chrysler Corporation, Detroit, Michigan. So this is probably the original carburetor. Carter, yeah, it probably is. All right, let me finish getting this linkage off the rest of the way. Is that doing anything? Flip it this way. Yep, it's coming off. Or is it just spinning? Yeah, it's just spinning the whole unit. Okay, I gotta get another wrench on this piece. Is it 3/8? No, it's smaller than that. We'll figure it out. 1/4 inch. No. Something be 5/16. Yep, there we go. Yep. Cool. And then this linkage, there's like a little cover boot thing that looks like this just pops off of here, but let's get the other carburetor and let's make sure it fits, actually fits, and then we'll put all this linkage stuff back together. Okay. Let's see. If it fits, it ships. It fits. Okay, that's great. Perfect. We'll replace that gasket. I think this came with some gaskets. Let's see what we got. Yeah. Some other goodies. I don't know what that is. Maybe you do. Do you know what this thingy is? We got some treasures. I'll bet that maybe goes to the breather. I've never put the breather on this thing. This is actually a pretty clean surface, so that's good. Maybe I'll put some, I'm gonna put some gasket sealer on this. Just a dab will do ya. Alright, let's get this thing out of the way. Well, let's get this off of here. Oh, there's a little thingy. It's like a, I don't know. I'm not worried about that right now. Okay, so. Okay. This'll go. Let me just get this back on the car. Okay, let's see what we got. So this went on here, and then this goes here. Now does this sit like this? I'm gonna have to refer to my photographs, I suppose. I told you that I'm not that good at anything, but that's why we're calling this Figure It Out Garage and not know how to do it already garage. Come on, thread on there, little guy. There you go. Okay. So, when you push, okay, so it does this, and then this. So I think this should be like, what do I need to do here? So that seems decent, but it doesn't have enough. So it needs to, it seems to me like it needs to start about here-ish. Can we do that though? Am I gonna need to like flip this around or something? I don't know. Let me look at my pictures. Alright, I don't know how well you're gonna be able to see this, but I think what I'm gonna have to do is flip this so that this can come around this way, because this linkage is a little different and I can't get this off because it's connected to the it's all connected. I can't get it off. So I think I'm gonna try to flip this and I think we'll be in business. So I don't want to lose anything from back here. I'm just trying to pull out a cotter pin that's been in here for 60 years. Come on. It's coming. Come on. There we go. I didn't even break it. I do need to straighten it up a little bit. Cool. Okay. There's my little cotter pin. Oh, great. Drop that washer. Probably never see that again. I have extra washers though. Oh, look, this little nylon bushing still exists. That's crazy. Let me get down here and see if I can find that washer. No, but it's just a washer, so that's okay. I'll find another one. All right. Just grabbed a little washer out of my washer collection. There's gonna be a little bit of wiggle in the wobble. Let me go grab another washer. I have returned with Harbor Freight washers. My wife and my daughter are going to the store, so you hear her Toyota warming up. And then I've got about 2 hours and I need to go to work. So, yeah, baby.
Do we have enough coffee for...
Yeah, we do. I can get some more from River City.
Oh, sorry, I'm gonna go down that way anyways. Pick some up?
Yeah, sure.
Okay.
Just get like an inkwell or something because it's the cheapest.
Okay.
And it's good.
Okay, yeah.
All right, I love you.
Love you too.
Bye. Heck yeah. All went back together great. Now I just gotta bend the Cotter's pin. What, baby? Come on. Getting to this cotter pin is super weird. Come on now, cotter pin. That's good enough. Okay. So, I think we're in business now. Yes. Sort of. Maybe. Very exciting. What the heck? There we go. Okay. Still got some movement. So, yeah, I think we need to be about right there-ish. So I'm realizing I'm going to have to probably kind of put this together before it really does the thing. But that seems close-ish. Because this, yeah, something, I don't know. Something like this kind of-ish. Might have to end up moving this back to this hole. But this is kind of just a mock-up, so. But I mean, that seems close enough. Sort of. It's returning. So, I guess I'll put it back together the rest of the way. And then, we'll just try it. Because, I mean, there's nothing else. There's nothing really else we can do aside from try to figure it out, you know? If you think I'm an idiot, I'm sorry. Alright, I'm just going around and torquing these now. They sure are. I wish I had some of those little right angle, low profile, wrenchy doodads. I'm gonna torque these and then kind of, you know, check the things, and then we'll see if we can do it. The ones over here aren't that hard to get to, but the ones over by the linkage, I was doing the wiggle dance, trying to get the wrench in there. All right, that seems tight enough. I also had to take this off, but I think we might move it to this hole. Yeah, that seems like that fully engages the accelerator pump better, but we might have to mess with it a little bit. We might have to mess with it too after I fix the throttle pedal. All right, so I guess I should use this. It doesn't fit, so I'm not going to use it. So now I got to get this line off of here. This bolt's kind of stripped, but we'll figure it out. Got it. Now let's just hope that this thread is the same, because I don't know what we'll do about that. It is. Cool. All right, we'll tighten that in there. Oh no, I got gas on my fresh paint. So the other day when we did the Will It Run, I let this thing run for like 30 minutes, but then in the last episode, it wouldn't start. So that's when I said, Chinese carburetor purchase. Real quick, I'm gonna check this battery again. Every time I've put the meter on it, it always says it's like within voltage, but then when you go to crank, it doesn't seem to have enough to crank it. So I'm gonna put the meter on it again, even though I know I'm gonna have to hook up a battery booster. I got the hiccups. Yeah, we're at 12.37. So that seems like it should have enough juice. Maybe it's the solenoid? I don't know. All right. Let's prime the carburetor. And see what she does. I'm gonna try it without the booster first, even though I know that's not gonna work. Yeah, so it's got enough voltage. Whatever. See what it does. Maybe prime it, give it a little bit more sauce. I might make sure all my spark plug wires and everything are still good too, or you know. Seems like there's a vacuum leak. Yeah, seems like there's a vacuum leak. It ran though, so that's good. So I don't understand anything, apparently. Does the idle... Okay, so when the accelerator pump is down, that's when it squirts. Right? No, when it's going down. I don't understand how this carburetor works. I don't know anything about Carter carburetors. So it seems... I don't know if that was a vacuum leak. It sounded like a vacuum leak. It was real shaky and weird. I mean, it ran though, so that's good. But it seems like I want this to hold the accelerator pump up, and then when but that doesn't make any sense. I don't know. All right, so I tightened up the bolts. So what I think I'm gonna do now is move this back to the original post, and then I'm gonna do the baseline idle mixture screw thing where you take it all the way in and then you back it out like 1.5 turns or whatever. I will Google how many turns and stuff I'm supposed to do, but I wonder, kind of sounded, or kind of seemed, sounded, sorted, looked like there was a vacuum leak, but also I don't know, like, you know, it could be an idle mixture thing. It was just idling like stupid high. I don't know if that's gonna do anything. But it ran, and I can see it squirting, so it's doing more than the old carburetor was doing. Because the old one, the accelerator pump was shot. Come on. Go to your home. There we go. Okay. Yeah, it's squirting, but it sort of seems like it should be like here or something. I don't know, because that doesn't make any sense either. I don't know. Let's just try it again and see what happens. Or no, let's do the idle mixture screw thing first. Let me Google how to set these up from base, or to baseline it. All right, I ran it through the Google machine. And you do the thing where you bottom it out and then you back it out 1.5 turns. So that seems pretty standard carburetor baselining. All right, so I'm bottomed. I got 1/2 turn, 1 turn, 1.5 on that one. And I bottomed this one out already. So 1/2 turn, 1 turn, 1.5 turns. So let's try it again. Also, the choke, I think it might use like a vacuum choke or something, with like the option of hooking this up to your thingy. That doesn't work right now. We'll worry about that later. Let's just see if let's see if that idle mixture did anything. Maybe give it a squirt. It's squirting. think I'm gonna move this bar more forwarder. Yes. Or maybe like that? No, I can't do that. Should this... I don't know. Should it be like this? No, because then there's no movement. Should it be back farther? So the accelerator pump at idle is down, which makes sense. But I kind of think that this should be like all the way up here because these screws aren't engaging with anything. I don't know if that makes sense. Does that make sense? Let me mess with this off camera a little bit and then maybe I'll try to explain how I fixed it or why it doesn't work. All right, we're gonna try it again. I don't know if this is gonna work, but it seems like it should in my head. That didn't work. I've got an idea. I'm gonna remove the throttle linkage for now, get the carburetor where it's happy, and then connect the carburetor to the linkage. Basically get the carburetor happy and then get the linkage to be independent with it.
Hey, what do you say we both be independent together, huh?
All right, I removed the throttle linkage. So I'm confused about many things. So that sort of, like, I don't understand why these, I guess these would be considered the idle screws or something. So what I'm confused about is how this accelerator pump works is when you push on the throttle, it doesn't pump, like the pump doesn't squirt until it goes back in. I don't know if it squirted or not, I can't see, but maybe you can see it on camera. So that's kind of where my confusion lies here. So I'm just gonna try it with no linkage. This is kind of like in the middle. Before it was pulling it back more, like the throttle was pulling it this way. So I'm gonna try it about here-ish, and we're gonna see what happens like this. And give it a squirt. A couple squirts, probably too many. Let me try to put it in a more differenter place. Oh, we're probably super flooded now, so that's great. All right, well, my battery booster's dead, and I think I'm just gonna go get a new battery because we're not gonna get anywhere with this unless I can start it. I've only got about an hour and 20 minutes-ish to do the thing, so I think I'm gonna go to Rural King maybe, because they are the cheapest there, but I also am not sure if Rural King's open yet, so I don't know. All right, we're back from AutoZone. It's just closer to my house than O'Reilly's, and I just got the cheapest battery they had. So here we go. New battery. This thing probably needs a new starter. The alternator probably doesn't work, but we'll get there when we get there. I was also thinking with the old dome, and I think I'm gonna need another spring to hold this centered. So I'm gonna have to make some kind of a bracket or something. Or maybe I could just hook it off of whatever this thing does. Anyway, that's kind of neither here nor there. But we're gonna try to see if we can get this thing started and fiddle on it a little bit with this new battery. So here we go. I'm gonna give it a squirt. Well, I think the accelerator pump is leaking out of the top now or something. I don't know. Something's happening that I don't like. Let's remove the linkage again. Trying to choke it this time. I don't know what I'm doing. I'm just trying stuff. The sun came out. Are we squirting? Yeah, we're squirting. I tried it again. I don't know what's going on now. All right, I did some things to the throttle linkage. I think I'm gonna have to take a spring this way to keep it where I want it to be. It's hard to explain, but maybe it'll make sense. But also, I don't know why I'm doing that because I can't even get the thing to start now. So I don't know if it's a vacuum leak. I don't know. Seems weird though that it would have started and now it won't. Gave her some pumps. All right, well, I can't get it to start right now. I need to do some more research on how these carburetors work. I'm not gonna be able to get back on this thing for a few days because me and my wife are gonna go camping, but hey, we're gonna figure it out. All right, I've been away for a couple hours and I had some time to think. A, I don't think I should have put gasket sealer on that gasket, and I think that's what's causing the vacuum leak. B, this little piece that goes in the inlet to the carburetor, I think we need this because I also think it's getting too much fuel pressure, which is why it's been flooding really easily. I think we need this. So that means I'm gonna have to take that assembly off the front of the carburetor, take the carburetor off, put the old gasket on without the gasket sealer, or I guess I could try to put grease on this gasket, the old trick where you put grease on it or whatever, but I think it'll be better off to just use the old gasket. So I'm just gonna do a time lapse of me doing that stuff because you've already seen me do it once. Okay, I took that apart and that piece is in there, so never mind. I still got to remove the carburetor though, so here's a time lapse of me removing the carburetor and putting the old gasket back on. All right, secondly and thirdly, I thought that there's a thing on the left side of the carburetor, and I thought it was a fuel return, but I actually think it's for the vacuum advance. I don't know why I wasn't thinking about vacuum advance. So that could also be part of our vacuum leak problem. So we're also gonna plug that with a vacuum line plug, and then I'm cleaning this with some Scotch-Brite and some carb cleaner. Okay, got it all cleaned up. Here's my original gasket. Hopefully it works. If it doesn't, then I'll be sad. So this is going back on. It doesn't seem like it is seating very well, which is great. Oh, there we go. Seated pretty good. And then we're gonna plug this, because that's actually going to the vacuum advance. You can see, it looked like it was like a steel line coming off of that, but this could also be a part of the reason that we were having a vacuum leak as well. I'm gonna get this put back together. We're gonna try to start this thing. All right, I also decided to give these points a flick. Because why not, you know? Looks like this condenser's new. And I checked spark. I did some stuff off camera. My wife came home and she helped me kind of mess with it because I can't use the dang lonely guy thingy. The lonely guy starter. But yeah, we were getting spark on plug number 1, so I'm probably gonna end up having to replace some of these spark plugs, or all of them rather. But I got everything put back together, so this is either gonna work and I'll celebrate, or it's not gonna work and I'm gonna run out of time. Well, here we go, I guess. Sounded closer than earlier. Let me give it a few squirts, I guess. Nothing. I'm kind of at a loss. Definitely sounds like it's getting spark. I mean, it could be weak spark. I guess we'll just try it a couple more times. Seems like there's a dead spot in the flywheel. Big surprise there. I wish all this choke stuff was hooked up correctly, because I'm sure that doesn't, sure that's not doing us any favors. Let's try it with the choke this time. I got it started. right. So it seems like the linkage needs to be about right there-ish. All right, guys, well, I'd call that a great success for the day.
A great success!
I'm gonna have to make a bracket for the other spring so that I can have tension on sort of forward and aft, because the linkage is just a little bit different. So, but it's idling, and I kind of cycled it around a little bit. The accelerator pump's working. Everything seems to be actually working now. Engine still sounds a little noisy, but I don't think, I mean, that's, you know, no big surprise there. Well, guys, that's gonna be it for this episode. Next episode, we're gonna figure out that linkage for the carburetor, and we're gonna look into getting these brakes fixed. Thanks so much for watching Figure It Out Garage. Please check out the merch store. Please check us out on Patreon. Please check us out on Instagram. Please like and subscribe if you haven't. I really appreciate it. I'm having a ton of fun doing this. I hope you guys are enjoying it.